Comprehensive investigation promised into circumstances leading to postponement of Panorama.
We'll investigate because it's a very serious issue as far as I'm concerned. I grew up in my own village knowing that Carnival identifies with Pan and vice versa.
Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Delroy Louison. Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell says an investigation will be launched into the circumstances which led to the postponement of the National Panorama Championships, which was scheduled for Saturday, August 12th at the National Stadium. Government has issued a statement saying it is extremely concerned about the fact that Panorama did not take place as planned, and Pan lovers as well as Pan players, including the large number of young people, were deprived of an opportunity to participate in this rich annual cultural tradition.
We'll investigate because it's a very serious issue as far as I'm concerned. I grew up in my own village knowing that Carnival identifies with Pan and vice versa. And therefore to have a carnival and the most important aspect of carnival, which is Panorama, Pan playing, was not given its importance by what happened. And therefore it's not excusable. We can't excuse it. And therefore the government takes full responsibility because we are in charge. And therefore whoever has found out to be short in their duty cannot continue to remain in that position because clearly it is a national embarrassment. It's not an individual embarrassment, it is a national embarrassment. We accept responsibility and we'll deal with it accordingly.
The Grenada Steel Pan Association says the postponement of Panorama last Saturday is the last straw and there will be no Panorama on Saturday, August 19th. The association says for years it has been tolerant of the disrespect and low priority given to the art over other shows staged on the same day. During a media briefing on Wednesday, the association's public relations officer Brian Sylvester says there will be no Panorama on Saturday as was previously announced by the Spicemas Corporation. The association is calling for the resignation of the entire SMC board, full compensation for participants, and a full investigation into the dealings with the promoters of Extreme White.
As a direct result, members of the Grenada Steel Pan Association is calling for the resignation of the entire board of Spicemas Corporation, as they have once again proven that they are not capable of handling such a key and critical position. In light of this Spicemas Corporation lack of respect to the art form, there will be no Panorama on August 19th. Now, it is fundamental. Soca Muna cannot be next week. Imajra cannot be tomorrow. Panorama cannot be next Saturday or any other day outside of the Carnival. Next Panorama, as far as we're concerned, is I think the 19th of August or 11th of August. I stand corrected, but I think it's 11th of August 2018. We will not succumb to pressure, the Spicemas, or by the Ministry of Culture for anything outside of that. Pan belongs in Carnival, Panorama belongs in Carnival, and it must be held within that period.
Sylvester says other events are being planned to soften the blow of the disappointment felt by the Pan players.
There is going to be an event. Like I said, Saturday's event is going to be, it's not going to be in lieu of that, but we will take some aspects of that into consideration. And in going forward, there is going to be a specific event that's going to be planned. Like I said, we're not sure exactly what format it's going to take, but it will be with that event.
Acting President David Peck Edwards says the postponement of the national event due to the absence of a stage to accommodate the bands is an embarrassment to Grenada.
A stage should have been built outside of the realm of Judah Promotions for Carnival. However, we were informed on the 19th of August that plans fell through for construction of that stage, and Judah was asked to provide a stage at the 19th hour for national celebrations. Now this is not any fault of Pan. As I said, we were engaged in Spicemas, and we were of the opinion that we would have had a proper stage constructed outside of Judah so that Panorama would have been there. So the question of the disruption and so on, as you said from last year, that was no way in the making because we, as I said, it was given assurance that the stage would have been built.
Edwards says it will be remiss of the association to accept compensation less than the first place amount of $48,000. A request for such was made to the SMC, with a response anticipated by Friday. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then suddenly saw we hear bang, crack, and the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Culture Minister Senator Brenda Hood has taken full responsibility for the postponement of the 2017 Panorama competition. The event was called off last week Saturday since there was no stage to accommodate the steel bands. Speaking at a press conference Wednesday afternoon, Senator Hood apologized to patrons and assured all that such a development will not occur again. She added that there are issues around PAN which are being addressed. Minister Hood met with members of the Steel Band Association Wednesday morning to chart the way forward.
So we have agreed that this will come forward. As a result, also, we are putting a committee together to work with the PAN. So there will be 2 members from the PAN Association, 1 member from the Ministry of Culture, and 1 person from SpiceMass, who will work with them to make sure that the MOU is implemented the way it should. I believe this is a step in the right direction as we chart the way forward.
The minister says a compensation package is also offered to the Steel Band Association, which will be known by Friday. Students at the St. George's Methodist School will be returning to a safer environment as government begins work on securing the retaining wall at the back of the school. The project has an estimated cost of $93,000. Details from Annette Moore.
The retaining wall at the rear of the school has been a major concern for all stakeholders involved since mid-2016.
It has been quite a challenge getting to this point. Of course, we had to wait on the all clear from the government, but we've been given the go-ahead to get all these works done.
Antoine conducted a site visit along with the contractor and principal prior to the start of work on the wall this morning.
Today we are about to start the work to reinforce and to retrofit the wall here at the back of the St. George's Methodist School. In fact, this is a part of some 20 schools that the ministry, in collaboration with the Ministry of Works, is hoping to complete before the beginning of the new term.
The scope of works consists of the construction of a buttress wall, which is a reinforced concrete structure to support the existing wall. Above that wall, a concrete box drain will also be constructed to eliminate the source of the problem by evacuating water coming from the houses above, rerouting it to existing drains passing through the school compound and out to the river. This will eliminate the pressure of water acting on the existing wall.
The bulk of the work of the foundation and the laying of the beams and so on would happen before the beginning of school, so that there will be minimal disruptions to the school term when school reopens.
The duration of the project is set at 6 weeks, but the contractor hopes to complete it in a fraction of the time. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
And that's the National Report. I am Delroy Lewison.